Alright folks, so I'm just going to run over a tactic that we've used to get a semi-professional Welsh side into the group stages of Europe. The year was 2022 and we had a cracking run. So we went through and we beat Sheriff Tiraspol over 2 legs, but then we actually beat Apoel and we beat Dynamo. We came unstuck against Copenhagen. So we didn't end up in the Champions League. However, we did end up in the European Cup group stages, which was a huge money spinner for us. And it's a really simple tactic, and I think one that could be implemented across a whole host of semi-professional teams down in the lower leagues. Now, this tactic really just exploits a couple of things. One is width from your wingbacks, like that. Your wingbacks always end up in a position just outside the area where they can take pot shots at goal. But more importantly, they can also create. It also allows you to get a lot of bodies into the box from midfield to cause a bit of mayhem, make use of the lack of finishing that's going on in your team. It's also defensively solid, so you can see we ended up with the lowest goals conceded in the league last year. And that's including TNS, who are a professional team and severely overpowered compared to the rest of us. So enough selling it, here's the tactic. It's a 5-3-2. What you're looking to do is have 3 controversial for the lower leagues, but ball-playing defenders. All we really want them to do is pass the ball out short from the back. They're either going to hit the wing-backs, or in the middle, you're going to have 2 central midfielders, but one of them is going to be a deep-lying playmaker. And their options on the ball from centre-back are either going to be the wing-backs are going to be in space, and if the wing-backs aren't in space, that deep-lying playmaker is going to be in space. And all he needs is a bit of passing. Bit of passing from him. Ideally, a little bit of passing from your centre-backs. It helps you keep the ball. That's about it. Then you got a centre midfielder on attack, an attacking midfielder, and then a target man advance forward combo up front. What's going to happen is you're either going to pass it forward out to your wing backs, and your wing backs are going to go and get the ball in the box, or they're going to switch the players I showed you in the highlights. You're going to force the bodies through the middle. You're going to overload the middle, get bodies in the box to score a goal. Alternatively, you're going to hit a target man who's going to be in a bit of space, and he's going to nod it forward to either the attacking midfielder or your advance forward who's going to be on the ball to have a pop at goal. So in order to enable this, we're going to play the ball out of defence. Again, a little bit controversial for lower leagues, but total football all the way. And this really allows you to get the wing-backs in play pretty easily. You're going to hit early crosses. In the lower leagues, a lot of the early crosses will be offsides. You might not be caught offside so many times. However, when they're not, they'll be through on the keeper. We're also going to have an extremely wide width to really exploit an entire team shifting one way to defend one wing back, and then having left a huge gap on the other side to try and defend the other wing back. Goalkeeper in possession, we're slowing the pace down, and we're distributing to the centre backs to let everybody get up the pitch and let the wing backs get high up the pitch. When we're defending, the wing backs will be deep, and so once the goalkeeper gathers it, we've got to give him a bit of time to get a bit higher up the pitch and really spread the play. So there's passing options on. Keeper's going to roll it out. When we win it though, we're going to counter, because our target man advance forward are going to be right up there. Target man's on an attacking duty, so there's going to be 2-on-2 up against the centre backs, and centre backs in lower leagues make mistakes. So we're going to get it up there, try and hit them on the break, and we're going to counter press them, because in the lower leagues nobody can keep hold of the ball for too long. In terms of the defensive shape, I'm a big fan of defending wide. I find that in FM20 there's a lot of exploiting of the width, and so defending wide, if you're too narrow, wingers will just have a whale of a time crossing balls in, which will then end up on the edge of the D and get smashed in the goal. So big fan of defending wide, and also it keeps those 3 centre backs reasonably distributed across the back line and not too clumped in one space. And we're going to press more urgently. And that is it in terms of the tactic. So all I would say in terms of attributes required for certain positions, if you can get some defenders with a small amount of passing in them, I think, so these guys have got 7. I'm quite lucky. I've just picked up James Chester, who's on his way into retirement, but he's got 10 passing. Even 5 passing, he does the job. It's not terrible. Wing backs, if you can get wing backs with some good crossing, that would be ideal, but lower leagues, you take what you can get, right? And you can train people with reasonable crossing to be wing backs. And when I say reasonable, I'm saying like 8, 9. And I've been retraining a midfielder here who's got good passing, but he's not got great crossing, and he's doing a fantastic job for us. And this lad, Ayanu, has got 9 crossing. He's got 3 finishing, but 8 long shots, and he scores some belters with those mental stats he's got as well. Really seems to help him. Finally, a bit of a passer in the midfield. We're a year on from where I had our success in Europe last year, so I've managed to splash some of the cash and get some quite nice players. So here we've actually got, in this instance, we've got a midfielder with 15 passing to be a deep-lying playmaker, but in previous seasons I've had this lad with 11 passing and he's been fantastic on his own. Bit of tackling if you can get that as well. Attacking midfielder, take anything you can get from an attacking midfielder. And up front, a bit of physicality. Again, this season we've just picked up Sam Vokes, who's a big physical presence. But previously, we've had this lad, Sklenar, who's got good jumping, really good jumping, as your target man. And as an advanced forward, anybody with something over 10 pace and 10 finishing, 10 composure, that'll do the job and that should get you the goals. So, I hope you have fun. Please try out the tactic in the lower leagues and let me know in the comments below how you get on. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in a bit.